Imagine dropping like nearly 3 grand on a piece of high-end AV equipment. And a box arrives containing an unassembled metal frame and what basically looks like a rolled-up bed sheet.
Yeah, not exactly what you picture for that kind of money.
Right. So welcome to this custom deep dive. Today, we're looking at why true high-end engineering often, looks completely invisible. Specifically, we're dissecting a custom projector screen from Draper the Profile Plus, which retails for right around $2,900 at HDTVSupply.
It's so easy to look at a price tag like that and expect to see, I don't know, blinking lights or a massive metal chassis. But our goal today is to decode the hidden physics that justifies that cost. We're talking about a massive 109-inch diagonal display.
Oh, wow, that's huge.
It is, and it's in a 16:10 aspect ratio, which is
A crucial detail right out of the gate. I mean, we're all used to 16.9 for our TVs at home, but 16.10 gives you just a bit more vertical height.
Yeah.
It's exactly why you see these in corporate boardrooms or church sanctuaries, places where you're often projecting documents, presentations, or mixed media rather than just cinematic widescreen movies.
But, putting a screen that large into a room creates a massive physical problem. We usually think of screens as purely visual. You point light at it, the light bounces back. Simple.
Right, simple enough.
But the real secret of this Draper model is actually about audio.
Okay, so let's unpack this. The viewing surface uses a material called ClearSound NanoPerf XT1000V.
Quite a mouthful.
Yeah, in the AV world, that's an acoustically transparent surface. It's essentially a high-tech speaker grill that flawlessly reflects a 1080p image, letting you hide your massive speakers right behind the screen without muffling the dialogue.
Right.
But, I mean, how does a solid piece of fabric actually do both at once?
Well, what's fascinating here is it comes down to microscopic physics. NanoPerf literally means the fabric is punctured with thousands of tiny holes.
Oh.
They are engineered to be so incredibly small that from a standard seating distance, your eye just cannot perceive them.
So the projected 1080p or 4K light reflects perfectly.
Exactly. But those holes are just large enough for sound waves to push through completely unobstructed.
That solves a huge headache for room designers. If your screen is 109 inches wide and you have to put your front speakers outside the screen's edge.
Right, suddenly the dialogue is coming from the far corners of the room.
Exactly. This material lets you hide massive speakers dead center behind the actors' faces.
And hiding the speakers creates this perfect, cohesive fusion of sight and sound. But if your goal is making the technology disappear into the room, you can't wrap this magical transparent fabric in a thick, ugly black border.
Right, which is where the structural engineering kicks in. This model features a zero-edge design, meaning there's essentially no visible border.
Yeah.
It achieves this using extruded aluminum baffles on the frame. But hold on, though. Extruded aluminum baffles, that sounds like jet engine terminology.
It does sound intense. A baffle in this context is really just a structural guide that shapes and directs the material. Extruding aluminum means forcing hot metal through a die so it forms a continuous, perfectly straight shape.
Okay, I see.
It creates a frame that is incredibly rigid but very lightweight. And that rigidity is what allows for a mullion-less design.
A mullion being the vertical dividing bar you normally see between windows or panels, right?
Precisely. Because the extruded frame holds the tension perfectly straight right to the absolute edge, you can butt 2 or 3 of these massive screens right up next to each other.
Oh, with zero visible separation.
Exactly. It creates an endless, optically seamless canvas.
But wait, here's where it gets really interesting and where my brain sort of hits a wall with this product. We are talking about aerospace-level aluminum extrusion and microscopic acoustic perforations. Yet it ships completely unassembled. Like, you actually have to stretch the viewing fabric over the frame yourself using a hook and loop attachment system. Basically heavy-duty Velcro. For a $3,000 premium product, doesn't that feel like a massive downgrade?
Well, it's a natural assumption. But if we connect this to the bigger picture, the unassembled state is a feature, not a bug. Imagine the logistics of shipping a rigid, pre-built, 109-inch rectangle across the country.
You need a dedicated flatbed truck or something.
Right. And then imagine maneuvering that massive, delicate frame into a standard freight elevator around tight office corners.
Oh, man, or up a narrow, winding church staircase.
Exactly. You'd completely destroy the drywall or snap the frame before you even reach the theater room.
Ah, okay, that makes total sense.
So the lightweight hook and loop assembly is a deliberate logistical choice. It ensures this massive architectural element can actually be transported safely. The tensioning system pulls the fabric perfectly taut only once you build it inside the room.
Wow. So what does this all mean for you if you're the one pulling out the corporate credit card?
Well, the stakes for purchasing one of these are intense.
Definitely.
Because it's a highly specialized, special order item, it takes 5 to 10 business days just to leave the warehouse.
Right.
And most importantly, once you pull the trigger, the order is completely non-cancelable and non-returnable.
Yeah, you can't just change your mind. It requires absolute confidence in the measurements, the acoustics, and the ultimate vision of your space.
It really reframes how we think about AV equipment. As projector screens become borderless, mullionless, and acoustically transparent, they essentially vanish into the room's architecture.
They really do.
It leaves you wondering, are we approaching a future where we no longer hang screens on a wall, but rather engineer the walls themselves to be invisible AV interfaces? Something to think about the next time you're staring at a blank space, wondering what goes there.